Welcome to Our College Your Voices. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. Today we have with us three of the members of our Student Government's President's Council, and this is a group that meets on a regular basis to talk about different issues impacting student life. They're an important advisory group to the president and to me and to other members of the college's senior team as we continue to think about how we bring student voice as well as faculty and staff voice into our governance processes. So I am excited to have three of the members of the panel with us, as well as Kat Stromecki. So we're going to have them each introduce themselves to you. And first of all is Cassie Ziegler. Hi, Cassie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Can you tell us a little bit about your campus and what you're studying here at Ivy Tech?
Yes, I go to the Columbus campus. We have 3 sites, which is Seymour, North Vernon, and Greensburg. I am studying general studies, and I graduate in the spring. I also will have a certificate in human resources.
Excellent. And what's your plan after graduation?
I'm transferring to WGU for business management.
Excellent. Very good. And next up is Kels Sprague. Hi, Kels.
Hi. So I am from the Indianapolis campus. That means that I have Indianapolis, Franklin, Mooresville, Greencastle, Avon, Noblesville, Lawrence, Shelbyville. That's the one I'm thinking of down by you. That's 8, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
it
cool.
Is.
Look at
I
me.
couldn't have done that, by the way.
No,
I've worked here for a long time, and I can't name all of the sites for all the campuses. So kudos to both of you. Continue on with your intro.
And I spend most of my time at the downtown campus. I started on the Avon campus, and we have a little bit of SGA representation on the Noblesville campus.
Excellent.
As well as the Franklin one.
Very good. And what are you studying?
Human services.
Very good. And what's your plan after graduation?
Transfer to a 4-year institution, kind of thinking IU Bloomington, not really sure yet.
Excellent. Very good. And from a campus that's near and dear to my heart, Nick Fulmer. Hi, Nick.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. Can you tell us how things are in Richmond?
Sure. Things are excellent in Richmond, as always.
Great.
We also have the Connorsville and Rushville sites in the Richmond jurisdiction.
Very good. And what are you studying, Nick?
I am a second-year nursing student. I graduate on May 9th of 2020.
Not that you're counting down or anything. Very good.
I'm also earning a certificate in global studies.
Excellent. And after you pass your boards, what is your plan?
I will be transferring to IU East to pursue my BSN and also a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Awesome. And I am Kat Stromecki, and I'm the Executive Director of Student Life and Wraparound Services. And as I always tell the folks I work with, my favorite part of my job is the advisor to the SGA President's Council. So I get to work with our 18 SGA presidents across the state, and they are awesome, and they have a ton of energy, and they exhaust me. But my gosh, do they get things done at the college.
You usually have to work from home the day after President's Council meetings because you're just done.
Yes.
But you're so energized. You've got tons of stuff to do.
Yes. It makes me miss working with students every day because they're so awesome.
Absolutely. All right, so let's dive in here with some questions. What is the President's Council and how did it get started? And I think, Kat, you're going to kick that off for us.
Yeah, so our President's Council actually began in 2011, so a while ago now. The President's Council is actually made up of 1 student from each of our campus service areas. So we have, actually right now we have 19 across the state. We still have 1 for Michigan City who's helping us transition there. So starting next fall, we'll be at 18 SGA presidents. And so they, as a group, represent the voice of the students across the state to our campus administration. And they do an excellent job at that. But then on their individual campuses, they work with their own campus SGAs to represent the voice of their students for their campus to their campus administration. I think it's important for you all to know that these students are highly dedicated to their campuses and to their students. They also do receive a scholarship to serve as SGA president for each semester. So that is a great incentive for them, and also kind of helps offset some of the time that they dedicate to SGA. You know, we know that our students need to work, so we hope that that scholarship also kind of helps with that. So.
Excellent. Very good. So to each of you, what's your role as SGA president on campus? What do you do on the campus? And then what do you do specifically for students?
Well, we try to, try to get out and talk to the students, listen to them. We do a feedback project every fall, which identifies areas of opportunity on each campus. So we kind of take that data, look at it to see what we need to improve and kind of work on those things. A lot of the big things, for example, right now would be childcare, food services in the area, that kind of thing.
On my campus, we make sure that our SGA is at all campus events and as well as club meetings if they can go. That way, if anyone has any questions or has something to bring up, that we're there in case they need that.
On our campus, our SGA, today, actually, we're running an event called Slices with the Vices, where we are meeting with the vice chancellors of academic enrollment, academic affairs, and student success, and we'll be talking to them about what's going on in the college, like what's going on for us, what's going on from their perspective, and allowing not just our members of SGA, but allowing like anybody from like a class to come in. And we're also offering pizza, so that's another draw.
Excellent.
So that's something that we do. That's one of our like signature events. We offer other stuff. Last 2 weeks ago, we did SGA and resume with my friend Drew from the Career Development Office, and we helped our senators and executive board members kind of flesh out their resumes a little bit more and like put a little bit more thought and intention behind it, especially because so many of us are student leaders and aren't really sure how to like put that into intention and action. So we try to kind of specialize.
Fantastic.
I love that event.
Yeah.
Hey, SGA advisors who might be listening to this podcast, you should all do that with your SGA officers because that is an excellent thing to do.
It is. It's a fantastic idea. And as all of our students, as we roll out our career coaching and employee connections, they'll all have to build resumes.
For sure.
Figuring out how to capture your student life efforts is a really important part of that. So that's fantastic. Yeah. Very good. Do you have regular meetings on your campuses with like campus leadership as well?
So I'll start. I serve on the campus board of trustees, which means that I meet in the bi-monthly meetings and I talk to I guess the big players on campus. I talk to them and then I go to that. So then I also go to the leadership council hosted by Dr. Lee. It's not uncommon for me to just kind of get like Outlook invitations to just more and more meetings where I'm seeing more and more faculty and administrators and like upper staff. So it's easy to get a hold of them. Plus, so many of them have reached out to me after seeing me at like leadership council meetings with Dr. Lee and been like, hey, when are your meetings? When can we come? And they are every other Wednesday from 3 to 4 for the rest of the semester in IFC 406. Can't wait to see you there.
For anyone on the Indianapolis campus or in the Indianapolis service area.
If
Very
you're
good.
interested.
Good plug. Well done, Kels.
Nice job, Kels.
Anybody else meet with their local campus? Nick, I want to make sure we talk about you on the state board as well, but any other local campus?
I also am our wraparound supports on our campus.
Excellent.
So a lot of what I do coincides with SGA as well. And so I meet with the vice chancellor of student success a lot.
Good.
Because she's in charge of what I do.
Yes.
So
good. Wonderful. And Nick, would you talk a little bit about your role with our state board of trustees?
Sure. Basically, there are two students on the State Board of Trustees, myself and Josie, who is the SGA president at the Kokomo campus and service area. And our job is to represent and advocate on behalf of all of Ivy Tech students all across the state in any way that is required.
And I can just say, having been in front of the state board many times, our board members ask very good questions, but I always love both the questions and the comments from our students because you guys get to the heart of the matter far quicker than any of us do. So I just appreciate that, and thank you for serving in that capacity and to everybody who served in that capacity.
Oh, thank you. It's a great opportunity.
Good. So what do you guys enjoy about being an SGA president?
Everything. I mean, I've had numerous great opportunities, one of which it was the opportunity to have become a state trustee on the board. We have done team building exercises as a collective president's council, such as the escape room, things like that. My SGA in Richmond, we just recently did our own escape room. We have meetings the first and third Wednesday of every month. We're bringing an employee, a staff member from each area of the administration to come and, basically tell the SGA what they do so we can go out and tell the students more accurately what, if they have a problem, where do they go, or, give them the answer on the spot or something like that. Plus, it's a good opportunity to get to know other people and other programs. Where nursing is a cohort-based program, so we all know each other, and oftentimes we only know each other and no one else. So there's a good opportunity for that as well. And it's a good opportunity to build leadership skills and kind of get out in the community and do some things like that.
I have been in student government since I was in 5th grade. I love everything about it, student leadership, everything like that. But at the college level, it's so much different. It's not about planning events. That's CAB. But I love being a voice for somebody. I love the engagement. We still go to all the events because if someone needs us while we're there, it's like, hey, my name's Cassie. I'm your president. If you need anything, let me know. But it's everything. In fact, when I graduate from WGU, I want to go into my master's for organizational leadership to be able to train people in leadership. So I just love everything about it.
I love the energy it brings. I love the sense of collaboration. So my major is human services, and probably one of my favorite aspects of that is advocacy. And I think this gives me a really amazing opportunity to advocate and learn how to better advocate and learn how to not just advocate for people, but also learn when the appropriate time is just to pass the microphone. Yeah. And I really love and appreciate that. And I don't go to nearly as many events as you do. I don't know how you find the time for that because I'm so tired at the end of the day. So I'm sure that you're just like,
I sleep good.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure. But I love collaborating with CAB when I can. I love collaborating with the Human Services Club, the Car Club. I love doing everything that I can, but I love, the more I do, the more energy I get from it. And I never thought I would describe myself that way, and here I am.
Yeah.
Indy also has significantly more clubs than Columbus does.
Just a little bit bigger.
Maybe.
That's true. I did hear a student the other day mention you, Kels, and said, oh my gosh, I don't know how she does all the things that she does. So if you ever feel like you're not doing a ton, I can tell you that your students around you are recognizing that you are at a lot of different things. And I'm sure that that is the case for the rest of you two. And then, of course, our President's Council across the state.
So, Nick, you talked about this a little bit in part of your response to one of the previous questions, but what topics are really important to the students on your campuses right now?
Specifically childcare. That is something that myself and 2 other students who are also on the SGA have been involved with the campus administration committee on childcare, trying to work out ways to expand the program significantly. So right now the program on campus is like a preschool that accommodates 7 children. And obviously folks at school collectively have way more than 7 children. Right. So that's probably the biggest issue right now. Another one is we are a smaller campus. We're a C3, so we have no food service on campus other than vending machines, which may or may not be the healthiest option depending on your dietary outlook. So we are also trying to acquire food service operations on campus so that folks don't have to leave campus to get actual food.
I agree. Our campus definitely, while it is bigger, our micro campuses definitely struggle with food insecurity. It's frustrating because I feel like the solution is really close, but getting everybody on the same page is the most difficult part. But food insecurity is a big one. Childcare, which I know that Ivy Tech is working on some childcare solutions, and it'll come to fruition when it does.
Being wraparound supports also gives me the insight on what our students need as well as our surveys that we do. So a big one is food. It's probably the most searched on Ivy Assist, but also childcare as well. You don't see that as much as food insecurity, but our SLA, which I am a part of as well, is making Ivy's Food for Thought, which is a food shelf. So that is our service project, and it's going to be solely based on donation, but I also reached out to Gleaners because on the President's Council we met with Gleaners in September, and so see if they can help us restock the shelf when donations get low.
Very good. Excellent. it's interesting because you guys have hit on a lot of the big issues: transportation, childcare, food insecurity, and housing insecurity, as well as just emergency needs. But I mean, those are really core life needs that our students deal with. And so I appreciate everything that SGA does to help us to solve those, because we really need partnership to do that. So we're going to wrap up this episode with our normal call to action. And today's call to action is to reach out to the SGA president on your campus and get to know them a little bit better if you haven't done that. And if you're on Indy, you can go to that meeting. When is that?
We've got one next Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays from now, from 4 to 5. It'll be in IFC 406. And if you decide to come to the hour before that, we'll be meeting with student success coach Jessica Solo. So if you want some advice on finals, how to cope, how to de-stress, come to that too.
You guys know when your meetings are? Nick?
Yeah, we have meetings on the first and third Wednesday of every month from 4 to 5 in room 2321 in Johnson Hall. That means the next meeting is next week. We normally have food, so just keep that in mind.
Very good.
You can find your SGA members in the Commons area from 11 to 1 selling discount cards for the emergency fund.
Very good. All right. Glad you all got to put that plug in. That is perfect. And Kat, thanks to you for producing this episode as well. I am your host, Kara Monroe. You can connect with me on Twitter at KNM Tweets. As I just mentioned, Kat Stromecki is our producer for this episode. You can reach us by email at ourcollegeyourvoices@ivytech.edu with show ideas or comments about any episode. Don't forget, you can always leave us a voicemail at 317-572-5049. Again, that number is 317-572-5049. Our website is ivytech.edu/podcast. Production assistance for this and every episode provided by Becky Campbell, Sarah Ferguson, and the Ivy Tech Community College marketing team. And our podcast concept is by Matthew Pittman. Theme music, recording, and post-production services provided by the amazing Jen Eads at the Brassy Broadcasting Company. And we will talk to you next time on Our College, Your Voices.